What up, MetaZoo Maniacs? So today is July 7th, 2024. And yeah, let's start where we usually start with this Chromie's Cryptic Carnival, the pink box. The Nick Strength and Pokemon proved to us is not that special. So, my question to everyone watching, have you purchased any from Hello Kitty? I know some people have, but they've only sold 9 since Nick Strength and Pokemon's video exploited this. And I'm wondering, since it says make new offer, has anyone offered less than 150 and actually got it for less than 150? Okay, so to start this week, a little diversion. The Wise Mothman from Magic the Gathering sold for a whole $3.65. I just don't know if this card's any good in Magic the Gathering. You see, Magic. Raw, the Wise Mothman, a different variation. I don't know anything about Magic cards, so I don't know what variation this is. Sold for a best offer under $10. And that same card, PSA 10, one bid, $88. So, yeah, I guess that's a surge foil. Anyways, if you know anything about all this, if you bought any of these cards, that's cool. But let's get back to MetaZoo. So we're going to start here with an absolute banger. I think this sold for too cheap. Kickstarter, Full Holo, Loveland Frogman, second best card in Kickstarter, Encrypted Nation. Perfect 10, CGC, $150. I mean, this has to be a steal of a deal. I know it's the old label, but I mean, maybe send it in and get the new label. How sweet would this look with the new label? Kickstarter, Loveland Frogman, Full Holo, Perfect 10, only $150? I'd say that's pretty crazy. Okay, let's roll right into the auctions for this week. So, we have Righteous Reckoning, PSA 10, $36, not bad. Then we have Reverse Holo Wendigo, Nightfall PSA 10, $23.50. I mean, Full Holo sometimes doesn't even sell for that much. I'd say this is a pretty good deal nowadays. 6 Chromie Cryptic Carnival booster boxes, the regular ones, for only $162.50. Not bad at all. Here we have all 3 decks of the WPT, the second Kickstarter from MetaZoo, all the poker decks. And if you haven't seen my past videos, I explained that these are the least desirable ones because they're not gilded, and they will have a holo in there, but these are original decks that were made by Faded Spade. So you could buy all 3 for $14.95. But if you want the premium decks, you gotta look for the MetaZoo wrap. You see it's got the MetaZoo logo on the wrapper. So that's Cryptid Nation. The Nightfall one does not have that, and the Wilderness one does. But the Nightfall one, so if you want to get gilded, so I hope this makes sense. So if you see this kind of wrap on it, the cards, like the holo on the outside of the cards, is going to be this rainbow holo. But if it's got the star, for Nightfall, it's going to have a red holo on the outside. And I know all this because I bought these 3. So it says, yeah, best offer. I offered them $65 plus shipping, and we made a deal. Get into Cryptid Nation one of these decks. Because this deck and the Wilderness one are going to have that super crazy, super rare holo foil. If you know my channel, you know I have that black ink. It's going to have that crazy holo foil in this deck, and that deck, and this deck is going to have regular holo on the front, but it's going to have red holo on the side of the card. So I hope that makes sense. Here's an auction I don't understand. I mean, I know it's hard to get the eBay stamp seance cards because you can only get that from the tarot card boxes, and you only got 1 pack of seance in there. So if you got a full holo, you're very lucky. And I know they're rare, but it's just a raw Lady Luck, $255. You know you could buy for $255 in MetaZoo now? Like, pretty much any Kickstarter full holo PSA 10, except for Mothman. So, and the reason why I said that Lady Luck was so crazy, look at this. We have Chains of Old Scratch, arguably the best card you can pull out of here besides Possessed Aura. Already graded, it's the eBay stamped one, like only $82, PSA 10. Meanwhile, Lady Luck, not even graded eBay stamped, was $255. Chains of Old Scratch sold for like what, over $160 less, $170 less, and it's already graded as a PSA 10. That's crazy. So maybe this one right here was just a massive steal of a deal. Next we have a couple of heavy hitters here. Obviously Blue Ink, PSA 9. Most likely you're only going to get it as a PSA 9. $500 in auction. Meanwhile, Red Ink PSA 10, $1,445 in auction. Here's one I don't understand at all. $51. It's just a regular first edition Babe the Blue Ox pack. $51. And it's graded a PSA 9. So pretty much every pack in a box of Cryptonation when you open it up is probably in PSA 9 condition, maybe even PSA 10. And I don't know how they grade packs, but like, where did it gain marks? I mean, normally when you look at a card, you're like, how did it lose marks? How did it get down to a PSA 9? Like, so this is all acceptable? I don't know how they grade packs, so maybe don't know what I'm talking about. Clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. Because with all these wrinkles and this pack looking like any other pack, I mean, how would you get a PSA 8? This looks like a PSA 4 to me. It's got crinks and wrinkles everywhere. But anyways, why did it go for $51? I mean, you could buy a booster box for what, maybe $100 and you get 36 packs? And you're gonna get 9 Babe Blue Ox packs? And this is just first edition, it's not Kickstarter. And the way you know that is it has 10 additional cards. Kickstarter has 9 additional cards. And you can look on the back and there's no K. So it's literally just one pack of Babe the Blue Ox first edition in regular ass condition. It's not PSA 10 for $51. Damn. Hey, every week we got these coming out. So we have New Year's celebration with Loveland Frogman. PSA 10, always sold by Slab Sharks. Yeah, $6.97. Usually, if it gets a $10 mark, that's actually pretty high. Here we have another one for $8.44. And hey, we broke the $10 barrier. $13.57, PSA 10. Very nice. You know what? I'm going to show it for once. And in case you're wondering why these cards sell for about $10 each, even though they're really nice cards, there are 301 of them that graded as a PSA 10 out of 508 that were sent into PSA. And we all know the New Year's New Beginnings card, second edition. 481 sent in, 333 as a PSA 10. Hey, we have the original content creator medal 2021 with Bunnyman. Pretty cool. $139.50 still in the wrapper. Here we have Mothman from Hero Quest. Skyly's signature on it. I wonder if that hurt the value though, because it only went for $71.90. And the reason why I say that is because the autograph, it would not grade too well. It's got a lot of like imperfections in the autograph, so maybe that's why it's so cheap. But irregardless, having a Hero Quest Mothman is not something many people can say. Here we have Bigfoot Faux Hollow Kickstarter PSA 10, sold for $152.51. Oh, that's Canadian. Sorry, $111.86 American. Here's some cool auctions you don't see too often. I'd say it was a pretty good steal of a deal too. So for $11.88, 7 of the Chapter 4 MetaZoo comics. And another 7 for the Chapter 3, sold for $12.84. So another steal of a deal, without a doubt. Hey, it's the Rudy, the green crayon. I was actually watching this and I got tied up with some other stuff and I totally forgot to bid. But it went for only $27.77. These are very short printed, and yeah, I kind of missed out on that, but whoever picked it up definitely got a good deal there. Next we have Neutrality Totality Raw, sold for $8.50. Here's a cool card, $5.75 Playtester. What does this card remind you of? It's called Burnout. I would say this is very accurate representation of any MetaZoo fan. Back when MetaZoo was always doing the pre-orders, like every week there's a pre-order this, pre-order that, pre-order that, and then we all got screwed. But yeah, that was there was a lot of burnout. It was like, man, how many pre-orders are they gonna do? Like, when are we gonna get product? And for the most part, we never did. I just had to throw this card in because it's one of my favorite artworks from UFO. That's not like a full hollow or anything. Hidden Templars, $6.50. Let's take a look. I really like this artwork. That's badass. Another really good artwork from UFO, Playtester, Caster Gun. Awesome, like that looks good. And for only $26, I'd say that was a pretty good deal. Here we have the MetaZoo Earth Tower, exclusive jerseys, extra large Sinkhole Sam, and Pink Mess Giraffe. Not the most popular characters, but hey, $20 for this? Hey, steal of a deal right there. That's pretty cool. Here we have the Dim Mock Large t-shirt, sealed, only $10.49. Not bad at all. Here we have the entire set of all the promos that you can get from the WPT promo box. So there's 10 promo cards in one of those boxes, and there's 12 different promos, and here they are. $39 for the complete set. Ungraded, not bad. Hey, we got a card from the disclosure pages. One of the last things that they did pre-orders for where they didn't screw over MetaZoo fans. $6.19 for the full holo. Ominous Skies. Very nice. Here we have a Nightfall booster box with a Nightfall spellbook. Sold for $50 Canadian, so $36.67 American. Not bad. Here we have the Concave Decagon. I think it only comes in full holo. I could be wrong on that. I think this and Invisible Ink only come as full holo. But only $4.75. This card used to be worth a lot more. These used to be worth a lot more too. Cumberland Dragon plush. There's only 625 of them. With the promo card, yeah, it was a secret drop. Only $5.52. So very good pickup. Here we have Flatwoods Monster Hero Quest, $10.50. Let's take an up close look. You don't see that too often. All robotic. Here we have another Hero Quest card. I think this might be Escaped Alien's relative. $24.50. Let's see. Here we have the first edition Santa's Bag 2020. These cards are about as close to sample cards as you're going to get. Only $40.25 for a PSA 9. Here's the best Gumbaroo card ever made. And what? It only sold for $3.58. Maybe it's not in good condition, but here we have a player pack of Caster's Cup promo cards. There's 3 cards in a pack. $41, not bad. And here we have April Fool's, the MetaZoo, $1.36 to Gumbaroo MetaZoo, smiling because he's offering you ice cream, but it's not really ice cream. And look at this, they even made fun of the haters. They used the haters' content against themselves. What does it say down here? MetaZoo? More like MetaPoo. Get it? Because it rhymes. It's like it's poo. Ha 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 ha. Please help me. I'm so lonely. So basically that's the hater talking, and the hater at the end it says, I'm so lonely. Okay, we have Top Series 0, first sighting, Metal Man of Alabama. What's it serialized? 14 out of 99. $40, not bad. Here we have a few first edition Gingerbread Men, full holo. So one PSA 9 sold for $22.50. Another one sold for $22.50. And we don't have a third one. I thought there was 3 of them. But so 2 Gingerbread Men sold for $22.50 as PSA 9s. And another Santa's Bag, PSA 9 sold for $26. Here you have the Dim Mak Mothman Rug, sold for only $81. Not a bad deal at all. Here we have the Manchac Swamp Sunken Skeletons playtester, sold for $1.25. Only reason I'm showing this is because there's a full holo as well that sold for $18.50. Pretty cool. Not bad at all. And hey, here's one of the Gala boxes. So haven't seen these for a while. These were selling for about $100. Yeah, $100 or $99 or whatever when the Gala happened. So sold for $62. Basically, you're gonna get that Sam Sinclair promo that he's wearing a tuxedo in there, and you're gonna get 3 packs of native, and they're all Gala stamped, and that's it. Horribly overpriced, but pretty cool collector's item. Here we have 4 boxes of the Wilderness times eBay collaboration. This product I think is very undervalued because in the future, I mean, this was the very first set. These have the very first cards when MetaZoo started using the new holo foil that they have that looks a lot better and brighter. So, and this was the very first collaboration with eBay as well, where they're eBay stamped. And each one of these has a box topper that's worth, you know, probably the price of what you're paying for these boxes, plus 10 packs of Wilderness cards that have the eBay stamp. So $103 for 4 boxes. Very good deal. And these boxes were selling on eBay originally for $50 each. Here we have a Sam Sinclair PSA 10, sold for $17.24. Mothman Full Holo First Edition, not graded, just raw, only $29. Then we have a Full Holo Mothman Kickstarter PSA 10, sold for $474.99, 53 bids, not bad. Here are the Dim Mak Mothman Full Holo, sold for $55.75 American. Then we have PSA 9 Gold Mothman, serialized out of 50 from Topps Chrome, alternate art, sold for $124.10. And here we have a raw Mothman from Topps Chrome, serialized out of 50, 46 out of 50. Gold refractor, sold for $82.52. Chaos Crystal PSA 10 sold for a measly $10.82. What happened, Chaos Crystal? Holy moly! I guess it's not Kickstarter, but still. Damn. Here we have Men in Black PSA 10 full hollow from UFO, sold for $33.74. PSA 10. Neutrality Totality PSA 10 sold for $21.27. Hey, 4th of July promo. $12.84 as a PSA 10. Here we have the Revive Skateboards Loveland Frogman. Not redeemable promo, it's just the promo alone. PSA 10 sold for $37.41. Headless Horseman Reverse Hollow. PSA 10, $15.50. Huggin' Molly First Edition, not Kickstarter, just First Edition Reverse Hollow PSA 10, sold for $13. Whoa, and it's time for some sample cards. This is gonna be good. So Van Meter Visitor, raw sample card, $127.50. I figure the print line right through the middle of the card probably is what hurt the value of it a bit, but still, I mean, that's still a pretty sweet pickup for $127. I'm surprised how cheap this sold for. Flatwoods Monster sample card, PSA 9, $171.50. Here we have a raw copy of Grim Reaper sample, autographed and doodled, $260, so not bad at all. And I mean, I think it's got the print line right through the head here as well. Sam Sinclair PSA 9, $470. Let's take a look. Very nice card. I have one of these, and trust me, it looks even better in person. Here we have a Kickstarter booster box that sold for $750 American on July 6th. As I mentioned earlier, we had the blue ink that sold in auction for $500. Also on July 3rd, we had one best offer accepted for $550 for PSA 9 blue ink. Here we had 11 Nightfall spellbooks and some blister packs that were kind of like shoved in there. A few blister packs. But nonetheless, 11 Nightfall spellbooks, $127.50 in auction. Here's a promo you don't see too often. So it sold for $61.12 American. The Loveland Frogman from the Dimmock Rugs. So let's check it out. Boom! Don't see that too often. Pretty cool Loveland Frogman promo card. Here's a pretty cool sale. So $300 American best offer was accepted for the Victor Larson Collecticon Gasianditha. That's the dragon from Lake Ontario. Let's check it out. Boom! The 101 original art. I mean, this is like Charizard, man. I mean, we're all thinking it. From Lake Ontario. Autographs right down there. Here, let's just zoom in properly here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And it sold for $300 American. Next, we have a few full hollow Kickstarter PSA 10 cards. So Jersey Devil sold for $100 as best offer. Piazza Bird, $110 best offer. Power Up Red, $111 best offer. These are all PSA 10 full hollow Kickstarter cards. As well, we had Death Beam PSA 10, $111. Phoenix Rain PSA 10, $88. Piazza Bird Reverse Hollow, $106. That's surprising. PSA 10 Kickstarter, that's pretty impressive. Blood Ruby Reverse Hollow PSA 10, $69. Black Hole Shard, best offer, $30. Slide Rock Bolter PSA 10 full hollow Kickstarter, $35. And I mentioned it earlier, we had the Bigfoot, $111.86 American. That was in auction. And then best offer was accepted for $50 for Unending Fire Crystal PSA 10 Kickstarter full hollow. Earlier I mentioned the red ink that sold in auction as a PSA 10 for $1,445. There was also on July 5th, red ink just raw, sold for $700. Here's a card you don't see every day. Christmas Rose. Usually is pretty bad centering, kind of like blue ink. Usually gets a PSA 9, but a PSA 10 copy sold for $200. Yeah, take an up close look at this. I mean, you're not going to see a PSA 10 Christmas Rose very often. And just to illustrate what I'm talking about, why $200 maybe wasn't a bad deal at all, in case anyone thinks that was a lot, there's 28 of the Christmas Rose cards, and that's the best card you could pull out of those 2022 Christmas promo packs. 28 sent into PSA, and only 3 have graded a PSA 10, so good luck finding another one. Here we have another sample card, the Hopkinsville Goblin PSA 9 sample, sold for $300 American. Here we have a sample Dingbell PSA 9, sold for $172.50. I guess I should have grouped it with the other samples earlier, but that's a pretty sweet deal. And our monster sample card of the week. You don't see PSA 10 sample cards very often, but Ghost Train sample PSA 10, $700. So we're definitely going to take a look at that. I don't see that too often, and Ghost Train just looks sweet with a black border. And I hope you're ready for a big finish to this video this week, because we got some bangers you normally don't see. And all of these sales that you're about to see all happen on July 6th. So they're all best offers. So first we're going to start with Quetzalcoatlus Genesis promo, serialized 9 out of 25 PSA 10, sold for $750 American. And damn right, so we're going to look at every one of these, because I haven't even seen most of these. So Quetzalcoatlus, yeah, 8-bit graphics. I mean, these cards are pretty hard to come across. As you can see down here, serialized 9 out of 25. Here we have a Genesis Hodag, serialized 88 out of 100, sold for $120 raw. Let's take a look at Mr. Hodag here. Yep, 88 out of 100. Here we have River Dino Genesis, serialized 24 out of 75, $99 raw. Boom, right there, not bad at all. Here we have a Hoop Snake, raw, serialized 8 out of 50, sold for $110. Take a look at the Genesis Hoop Snake, pretty cool. Next we have Salem Witches Genesis, number 40, serialized 47 out of 50, $115. There we go, not bad at all. I'd say this was a pretty good deal. I mean, I like Piazza Bird. So Genesis Piazza Bird, 18 out of 100, $130. Let's take a look. Yeah, man, that's pretty badass. I like that for Piazza Bird. And next we have Chupacabra Genesis, serialized 85 out of 100, PSA 10, sold for $225. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. Let's take a little closer look at Chupacabra here, though. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like it. Here we have a Hodag, so another Hodag from Genesis. This one's 75 out of 100, PSA 10, sold for $225. There's Mr. Hodag one more time. And the last card, I mean, Bigfoot Genesis Hollow promo, number 35 out of 100, PSA 10. I mean, these cards are pretty hard to come across. I'd almost say this is a steal of a deal. I mean, it is quite a bit of money, but $250, I think if you're a Bigfoot fan, just like everyone in MetaZoo is, I'd say it's safe to say that this is a grail card. No matter who picked this up, well, anyone, like, this is a grail card in your collection for sure. Damn, let's take a little closer look. $250 only, American. PSA 10, 35 out of 100, Bigfoot. You know what, let's check the PSA population report for these cards. Let's see how hard they are to get as a PSA 10. So here's the PSA population for the 2023 MetaZoo Neo Genesis NFT cards. So yeah, 88 were sent in, only 38 got a PSA 10, so obviously PSA 10s are not that easy to come across. So $250 for that Bigfoot, I think, was a steal of a deal. And then when you look here, there's 16 Bigfoot that were sent in, and only 5 got a PSA 10. Hodag, 3 out of 11. Hoop Snake, I mean, no one's really collecting Hoop Snake, but 0 out of 3. Joint Snake, 0 out of 1. You got River Dinos, 5 out of 8, so they graded pretty well. Squonk, 0 out of 4. Bat Squatch, 1 for 2. Chupacabra, there's 9 PSA 10s out of 11 sent in. Jersey Devil, 1 PSA 10 out of 2 sent in. Salem Witches is 2 for 2. Flatwoods Monster has no PSA 10s out of 3 sent in. Sinkhole Sam is 1 out of 2. Piazza Bird has 5 PSA 10s and 11 sent in. GG Bird, 0 out of 3. Quetzalcoatlus has 3 out of 6. And Sewer Alligator is a perfect 3 for 3. So that's all I got for this week. What do you think of this Neo Genesis cards? So comment below if you know anything about this stuff. And yeah, if you've also picked up one of those Hello Kitty pink boxes, did you open it? Did you get it for a lower offer than $150?